Yes, bro. Go
Hare
ahead.
Krishna. Warm welcome to all of you. Namaskar. We are part of Gita Amrutam Rasmalayam family. We are uh, starting our systematic study of Gita classes. We are on chapter 5, Action in Krishna Consciousness. This is session number 32. Now, uh, just to make this more interactive, I have decided to slightly play it differently. Let me start by asking a question to all the participants here. How many of you are feeling very happy, absolutely no stress? It's like being in Golok Vrindavana. And I'll either you can raise your hands or I will ask by name. Srinidhi, how are you feeling? Top of the mind.
Prabhuji, is it by attending these classes during this time or
No,
like
today, during the course of the day, as you come to the class,
uh, yeah, while coming to the class, I'm very joyful, Prabhuji.
okay, you don't have any stress.
uh, I mean, I am joyful that I get spiritual association and strength, but at the back, I am stressful only.
So can you tell me one stress, if at all you have? You should be quick. Top of the
Yeah,
mind. Don't think.
my educational like stress. My studies
Okay.
now all placement.
So you are getting some educational stress. Perfect. Let me go to Ramesha. Ramesha, do you have any stress today or you are completely perfectly fine?
A lot of stress, ma, but now compared to yesterday, reasonable day.
Okay. Very good. Okay. I just want to see how many of you are in the same boat as me. Anusha Mataji, can you tell me how are you feeling?
On top of the world, Prabhuji. Absolutely no issues.
Oh, fantastic. God bless you. I will not excuse myself and Shamchandra Prabhuji also. We are also part of the audience. Shamchandra Prabhuji, how are you feeling today?
Well, as Krishna conscious as ever, and Krishna consciousness helps to remove the stress. Stress is part of our material life. But then when we keep Krishna in the center, and today is the day when we recharge our batteries through Gita Amritam Rasamalayam, then because of that, we become conscious that we are going to be connected to Bhagavad Gita, which is the Vani of Krishna. And it's you look forward to that, and also to hear from you. It's a pleasure. So my stress goes away.
But you have something at the back of your mind, which you are trying to manage through Krishna consciousness.
Yeah, I think that is bound to be there. We are conditioned souls, so it will be there
Perfect.
definitely.
Perfect. Now you can ask me, Puji. So I also have to tell you.
Yes, you
That
have
is
to explain
transparency.
now because you started the question,
Ah,
so you have some, I think,
right.
great answer.
Okay. Now I'll tell you. I am stressed because my new car did not come back after having met an accident. I am stressed because my blood sugar readings have gone honky,
Oh,
beyond control, after medication. So these are the two top of the mind things I can tell you. So I thought if I am having this, either I have company or all of you are in a blissful boat sailing in Goloka Express. That's why I thought let me start by asking these questions. So the chapter title is Action in Krishna Consciousness. The flavor of asking these questions to all was trying to surface out what is one is we are all smiling and sitting in the class trying to listen. Another is at the back of the mind, there is some stress which we are carrying away from the past, from the past few hours, days, whatever. So, what is that we have to do? Why is this happening? That is the learning that we are going to get today in this class. So, with that, now I'll come to the first slide. What is action in Krishna consciousness? It looks very simple, whatever you do it with Krishna in mind. But actually, is it so easy? Is it so simple? Why do we struggle? Or what are the challenges? So I thought, let us start with this universal cycle diagram. Most of us when we discuss, when we walk, when we talk, when we see, when we eat, when we hear, all the normal body mechanisms, we always feel that it is me who is doing it. It's my hunger. I want to eat. I want to have the pleasure of rasgulla, etc., etc. So this doership is part and parcel of our DNA. Now the lesson today is how do we come out of this doership entanglement? So the first circle is all of us are in this circle. All of us have a nicely working body given by Krishna. It conducts so many functions. We'll go through them in detail. And many a times, most of the times, all the times, we want to believe that it is because of me, everything is happening. So this is circle one. Now, then what is the difference between reading Gita and not reading Gita? So we must create that difference and we must understand what is that we are trying to learn? What is that wisdom? What is Gita telling us? What is that we have to do? Can we stop talking? Can we stop walking? No. Krishna says, no, I don't want you to stop action, Arjuna. You must fight. So then what is Krishna trying to tell us? Last class we heard, don't renounce action. Renounce attachment to action. Renounce results. What does it mean? Now, whenever we have any action that is happening in our body, our mind starts saying, I did it, my success. If my sugar reading had gone down today, I would have said, oh, it's because of my diet. But my sugar diet reading went up in spite of my diet. Why? Now the mind is saying, oh, you did something wrong. I know I have not changed my diet. So we can go on analyzing. So the mind comes with a conclusion saying that you are at fault or you did it. If it is successful, I did it. If it is not successful, then it says you are the problem. So this is circle two. So body mechanisms are common to all of us. Mind is common to all of us. Now we have to train our mind not to make this silly, stupid, instantaneous judgment. You are at fault. This is your success. Third part is who are we? Who is doing this action? The whole purpose, the whole concept today we are discussing is that who are we? Who is the doer of this action? Why do we get this feeling that I am doing it? The soul is the third circle, and we must understand soul is a witness. Soul is not part of either the body mechanism action or the mind action or the intelligent action. Soul is just witness. So if we are able to move from circle 1 and circle 2 to circle 3, that is action in Krishna consciousness. All of us, most of us live in 1 and 2. The purpose of reading these verses today is how do we move to circle 3? We are all, as a soul, as Jivatma, in this body, we are just a witness. Nothing is happening to us as the soul. All that is happening to the body through our actions, through our attachments, and how do we start learning detachment? So with this, we come back to the regular slides. We are going to cover verse 8 to verse
video
14.
stop again. Let's stop again. Oh.
Sorry, Mataji. You said something?
No, I think there was somebody's mic was unmuted. I'll just mute everyone.
Okay. We have the ever popular quiz, then audience reflection days of the day session, followed by Q&A. First and foremost, as students of Gita, we must pay obeisances to our gurus. All of you pray to your gurus, respectively in your minds. I offer my obeisances to my Guru Maharaj, His Highness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. I seek his blessings and my Shiksha Guru, Lord Vilas Prabhuji. Let's all recite this Guru Pranam mantra. Om Ajnanatimmirandasya Gnananjanashalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. With their blessings, let us engage ourselves in this immersive, discovery-led learning process. What are we going to study today as passengers in the Goloka Express? Perform all actions with understanding that I am not the doer. Easy to say, simple to understand, but slightly tricky to implement. Remaining detached like a witness and thus stay untouched by karma. My blood sugar has increased not because of me. My blood sugar has increased because of something which is happening in the body which I am not aware, but I am willing to take the blame that it is because of me, my diet, my lack of carefulness that has led to the spike in blood sugar, which we should avoid. If we can avoid, the stress disappears. What is the acronym of this chapter? It is STEP. It's a step from living normally to living like a Gita educated person. We are in the first section. It is yes, stay in the world. What is the greatest example? Krishna says, dear Arjuna, and through Arjuna, all of us, the entire universe, be in this world, do your daily actions. The only difference is you must practice detachment. So you can spiritually progress while living in this world, while living and doing our day-to-day lives. And he gives a lovely example. He says, Padma Patram Ivambasa, be like a lotus flower. It is in water, but it is not touched by water. Then we'll do two verses from three doers. Again, a very important concept. Who are these three doers? We will see that equal vision, verses 17 to 16. Now, I must share a personal touching moment because this is realization of being a Gita student. I daily go for a walk. I went for a walk and I recognized a dog which I had not seen for a long time. It has become, I have been walking in this complex for the last 15 years or more. This dog has also been with me for more than 10, 12 years. And this dog has now become old. And I was really shocked to see the sight of it. Old, no hairs. It looked in suffering. I looked at it. I really felt, all of us are going to be in that stage one day. But I felt it is so, what you can say, test of Lord's will that the dog doesn't have anyone. It has no hospital. It has no doctor. It has no medicines. It is on its own and in great suffering. I saw that and I thought I must walk away. But then I said, no, the Lord is with me. The Lord is within me. I said, Lord, I can do only one thing, and that is I will pray today for the dog's welfare. Now, Krishna says this is compassion. There is no difference between us and the dog. It's just that I'm in a human body, the dog is in a dog's body. But suffering is the same for both of us. The body is suffering. And I will sincerely pray. And it is in Lord's hands how he is going to give liberation to that dog. That is what we should try to practice, equal vision. There's no difference between us and any other living body. This is just an example so that we try to see how we can inculcate that compassion. We seem helpless, but we are not helpless because we have the power of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. We have the power of praying to the Lord. All that we have to do is that, okay, today I will not pray for myself. I will pray for the dog because the dog is suffering. Peace. That is the peace formula, which we'll cover in the coming classes. So what are we going to study today? So we are going to study 5.8 and 5.9. There are two joint verses where Krishna is telling us senses act and the soul is a witness. And it gives a wonderful example for us to understand that you are just one part of the body mechanism. You are not the body. 5.10, act without attachment. We have studied this before. Krishna reinforces that have no desire for results. Why am I feeling sad? Because I expected my blood sugar to be under control. It is not under control. So don't desire for result. 5.11, act with body, mind, intelligence, and senses only for purification. Action is not the cause of bondage. All of us must act. All of us must breathe. All of us must talk. That is not the cause of bondage. It is just the intention of what is there behind that action. So the motivation and the intent is the cause of bondage. So with this, we will quickly cover what Prabhuji ended last class with. The essence of this verse is why devotional service, bhakti yoga, is superior. The verse says, one who works in devotion, who is a pure soul, and who controls his mind and senses is dear to you, everyone. Yoga Yukta Vishuddhatma. And everyone is dear to him. Though always working, such a man is never entangled. So we want to be in this place. We want to follow this Nishkama Karma Yoga. Yoga Yukta. Yoga is not about yoga asanas, yoga by the bay. February 22nd is coming. No. Yoga means this is what Gita teaches us. United in yoga. Be one with the Lord, devoted to selfless action. Vishuddhatma, pure soul or intellect, we must try to cleanse ourselves of the contamination carried through from number of millions of lives in the past. Try to free ourselves from impurities. Vijitatma, conquer our mind. Tell our mind, don't come to conclusions fast. Just say that this is for Krishna. Good results, bad results. Jitendriya, master the senses, not swayed by desires. What is the vision of Yoga Yukta? Prabhuji covered this beautifully by giving us this verse from Bhagavatam, where he says, it is like pouring water on the root of a tree, which will energize the entire tree. Branches, twigs, leaves, part, and every part of the tree gets water. If you eat food, every part of the body gets energy. That is how we should pray to Krishna so that all the devatas and devis in this world are satisfied. We don't have to go behind all these 33 crore devi devatas. We just have to offer obeisances to Krishna. Then he said, very, very important line. We should memorize this. Yasmin tuste jagat tustam. If Krishna is happy, everything else is in place. We must try to follow that. We must try to inculcate that. We must try to tell ourselves that. What is one lesson that we can take away from the first few minutes that we spent in that exercise is, yes, Krishna, I know I am built in a way that I carry stress. Even though I come to the Gita class, I just want to make one difference to my daily routine. I will say, I am your instrument, Krishna. All these things, high sugar, low sugar, are all your results, not mine. That is action in Krishna consciousness. Yasmin tuste jagat tusta. Remember this, we will worship Lord Krishna so that all the entire universe of demigods are satisfied. This will help us to reach the stage of Yoga Yukta, never entangled. Now, who is the real doer? I want to ask another rapid fire question. This will be like, I will ask whoever comes to my mind, and you must answer the question without thinking. And I will nominate or request Srinidhi's help just to keep these 5 answers in mind. Who said what? The first question goes to Anusha, because I can see you in my screen. Anusha, who is blinking your eyes right now?
Myself.
Say that loudly.
Myself.
Myself. Srinidhi, note down this answer. Next one. I will go to who will be the next? I will choose Gnaneshwari. Question to you. Who is digesting your breakfast?
Jataragni, Prabhu.
Jataragni. Perfect.
Yes.
Excellent. Thank you. Now, let me go to Mahalakshmi Mataji. Who is growing your hair as we speak? Mataji, you are on mute. Mataji, can you hear my question?
Maybe you can pass on to any other person then.
Okay, let me pass it on to Sunita Mataji. Who is growing your hair? She is also on mute. Okay, let me ask Ramesha. Ramesha, who is growing your hair?
My body.
My body. Okay, thank you. Let me pass this question to Krishna Mohan Prabhuji. Who is making your heart beat?
My heart.
Who is making your heart beat?
Roji, my heart is making my heartbeat. But obviously, all the heartbeat is coming out of it. Krishna is but ultimately, soul is our making a heartbeat.
Okay, soul is making your heart beat. No worries, Prabhuji. No right answer. ये quiz नहीं है. इसमें brownie points नहीं है. Now the last question will be, who will be the person? I'll take this to Srinidhi because she's helping me. Srinidhi, can you please tell me who controls your thoughts at the moment as we are speaking now?
My mind.
My mind. Fantastic. Thank you very much. So now, if you see this answer, only Krishna Mohan Prabhu said Krishna. Most of us were said we said our body, our mind, automatic. So what does this show? It shows that we still somehow feel and believe that it is we who are responsible for these actions. So the test was to say that how many of you would say everything is happening because of Krishna's mercy. That is the only answer. Heartbeat, hair growth, digestion, everything is happening in your body, in all others' body, only because of his mercy. The mechanism is your heart, your digestive system, your mind, etc., etc. So this is another example of interactive learning to try and see there is a difference between I think I know and I really know. So we really don't know who is the doer. We try to guess, and sometimes it is correct, and sometimes it is not. So we are actually like this puppet. We are made to believe that I am the doer because everything is happening in my body, and I feel I am in control. But it is the nature, which is Prithvi, which is designed and created by Krishna, which is doing all the activities silently. Whether you want to digest the food or you don't want to digest the food, the body will still continue to digest. You cannot say, today I will eat and in 1 hour I want you to digest it. Can you do that? You cannot do that. So, nature acts, nature controls. We are carrying the body organs in ourselves, and yes, it is doing its function. Because it's in our body, we get the feeling, I am doing it, I am in control. We should say that I am witness to my body digesting the food through my stomach, through my digestive system, which is empowered by Krishna to do its work at its pace. I cannot influence the pace either. As Jivatma, all of us have this, I did it. It is my mind, it is my digestive system, it is my brain. That is ego speaking and not you. Anyone who says that my body did it, my mind did it, we are still in that false ego. I did it. So Srinidhi, who's a very serious student of Gita, who should say, my mind is wandering because of Krishna's mercy. That also is his mercy. If your mind is not wandering, that is also his mercy. So we must try to practice this. We must try to say at least once in a day, oh Krishna, I am your instrument. Everything else belongs to you. You are doing me. You are making me do whatever you wish to do. And you say that and you see if there is a difference. So with this, thank you for wonderful participation. We start first verse of the day, and we are trying to build on this model where verse explanation will be very, very small, but it will be the story that sets the context for the verse. Sanskrit, shloka, words are very easy to understand with a live example. So that's what we are trying to follow. So there lived the king. We are now starting 5.8. So there lived a blind king in a very prosperous kingdom. Surprising. The king is blind, but the country is prosperous. Once a traveling sage visited the kingdom and he said, oh dear king, how are you able to manage your affairs so efficiently? The king was very honest and very simple person. He said, dear sage, I have 5 ministers who work with me. One who is responsible for sight. See, he sees, he reports, he tells me everything. The second minister is hearing. He hears complaints and I tell him how to solve it. Mouth, taste, smell, touch. We're all familiar with these 5 ministers, our own 5 senses. And then the sage said, if all the work is being done by these ministers, then what is your role as a king? The king said, "Oh sage, it is very simple. I remain a witness, I monitor them, I ask them questions, and I give the decisions. That is my role." So keep this mind in example in mind as we go into the verse. Now, we have heard of ignorance a lot. We have heard of spiritual knowledge a lot. So, what is knowledge and what is ignorance? This example tells us that clearly. As long as the king had said, "I am doing everything, my minister is there just to help me," then that is I see. That is ignorance. If he says, "It's not my ministers, they're there just to support me, it's I who's doing everything, it's I who pass the orders, it's I who sanction the funds," then that is ignorance. Because the king is saying, "I'm doing everything, I act." When such things are spoken about, that is ego. So what is happening is, whenever you say, "I did it, I am the greatest person, I am the greatest king, it is because of me I'm prosperous," then your ego increases. And when your ego increases, your bondage also increases. This is ignorance. What is Gita? Wisdom. Wisdom is what the king said. He said, "I see, I hear, I talk, I smell everything through very efficient ministers. And all that I do is I witness, they come to me for solutions. I give them the right solutions, right decisions." So seeing happens, action happens in the senses, ego dissolves. The king never said, "This kingdom is prosperous because of me." The moment you are like this, freedom is no bondage. So we should move from ignorance to wisdom. That is what Krishna is telling Arjuna. Now, this is not something which is unknown to us. Even in today's world, we are trying to do everything on autopilot. Now, this is something which I captured during our visit. This is an autopilot car in San Francisco. There's no driver. The car drives on its own. It is scary. What will happen? It comes, it stops, it picks you up, and everything is software driven. So we are able to understand and create an autopilot car. You see the sound. The sound is because I was not wearing a seatbelt. So it harassed me till I wore my seatbelt. This is what is happening. And Krishna is saying, try to be like this. This is another view where you can see there is a car coming in front, there is a car which is taking a it is cutting across, but the car drives peacefully. So this is autopilot example of today's world. So we must realize that Krishna has created such an autopilot within us. It is just that we don't recognize it. And the essence of learning today is we must start understanding, we must be aware, and we must start changing ourselves. I am not the doer. Let's start the first verse. Naiva kinchit karomiti yukta tattvavid pashyan shrunvan spushan jigran asnan gachan swapan swashan. Looks very complicated verse, but the essence is, I'm doing, but yet I'm not doing. Those material activities are interaction of senses with the sense objects. Translation. A person in divine consciousness, although engaged in seeing, hearing, touching, smelling, eating, moving about, sleeping, breathing, always knows within himself that he actually does nothing at all. This is knowing consciously. You should know it consciously. Krishna is here telling us all the work that our body does through our jnanendriyas. That is our knowledge senses. What is naiva kinchit karomiti? Person is acting in Nishkama Karma Yoga platform, and he is saying, I am not actually doing anything, but all the action is happening within me. I am aware of that. Yukta manyeta tattva. Tattva means he understands the tattva. He understands the principle of what is the cause of action. He says, I am not the doer. We must also start practicing saying that whatever stress we are under is not happening to me. It's happening to my body because I'm too much attached to the body, and I start feeling, oh, because this is happening to me, and this is not as per my expectations, I am suffering. He defines 8 body functions. What is Pashyan? He's seeing. What is Shrunwan? Hearing. What is Prushan? Jigran, smell. Asnan, eat. Tachan, move about. Swapan, dream. Swashan, breathe. So all these body activities, Krishna says, oh Arjuna, remember, yes, you are on the battlefield and I want you to use all these faculties to fight. But remember, you are not the doer. It is your body which is performing these actions because there is a body which functions according to its own mechanisms. We are the initiating cause of any action. We are just the witness for what is happening. This is the first verse. Now you may be wondering, I think I understand. Can I really get another example where this becomes even more clearer? So now I said, cooking. Cooking is something which all of us are involved. We spend a lot of time in the kitchen, and microwave is another device which all of us are familiar. And what do? Many a times when we heat the food, heat the tea, coffee, whatever, we say that I heated food. I warmed it up in the microwave oven. Actually, if you ask yourself, you did nothing. You just went and pressed the switch and switched off the microwave oven. That's it. Everything was happening because the microwave is designed to heat the food. You are only there to control, monitor, and initiate. So you are not the only doer. There are 5 other causes which helps that action to be completed. The doer, the work, the situation, the endeavor, the fortune, and that is the prize, hot food. So this is what we must try to understand, be aware, and this is at the conscious level now. Observe the action and say that, well, what is in my control? I don't think I am really doing anything except being the initiating cause and the witness to what is happening because it is through my body the action is happening. With that, we move to the next verse. This is the continuation of the last verse. Same principle, but now we are talking about karmendriyas. Pralapan visrijan grunan unmisan nimisan api indriyani indriyarteshu vartanta iti dharayan. Doer, yet the non-doer. Because while speaking, evacuating, receiving, or opening or closing your eyes, he always knows that only material senses are engaged with their objects and that he is aloof from them. Very, 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 as I said, easy, simple, but you must take this and really internalize it to start saying that, well, I have understood Gita and I will try to apply them in my mind, in my life. Explanation. What is pralapan? Pralapan means speaking. Visrijan, to give up. Excretory system. Granan, accepting. Unmisan, nimishanami. The eye moves. Do we have any control? Can you say you don't see to the left? Just stop, pause. Difficult. The eye decides, the moment you say I want to see, that's all in your control. It will see by acting on its own. It knows how much to move, how to move, when to. Indriyani indriyateshu. Whenever there is a beautiful object in front of me, I know my eyes will look at them, and through the eyes, I'm able to perceive the beauty. If it is beautiful, I'll appreciate it. If it is not beautiful, I will say, well, this is not what I want to see. So the action is between my eyes and the object. I am the witness. I have no control on that actual act of seeing. Indriyani indriyarteshu. Vartanta iti dharayan. What is dharayan? I am aloof. I am trying to keep that distance. I'm not trying to flow into this thing that, oh, well, it's because of me I saw a beautiful object. No, I know that I am aloof because this is happening in me, within me, but not only because of me. That is the fine sense tuning we must understand. So this is the essence of 8 and 9. What is the learning? You perform all the actions, give your best. Krishna is not saying, don't fight, renounce. No, Krishna is saying, Arjuna, I want you to fight wholeheartedly with full alertness and give your best. While knowing I am not the doer, you are just nimitta matra. Let the body and senses act and remain inwardly detached. Don't tell me I have killed Bhishma, I have killed Arjuna, Drona. That is a wrong way of defining your action. You are killing Bhishma, you are killing Drona because I have ordained it. That is what is the writ which is going to run in this battlefield. There is no one who can overrule that. So if you realize this, that he is the supreme and he is telling us that we must do this, then we can remain detached. Fight the war. You are not going to incur any sin because that act is to uphold dharma. That is what the essence. Work 100%. Krishna is not telling us stop acting, renounce action. No, you must only renounce the ownership of results. Own 0%. Whether you are successful or you are not successful, both are same as far as you are concerned because they belong to Krishna. We go to the third verse of the day. Again, a story. Listen carefully. Now, these are all people who are day to day, they are involved in day to day activities. They are not someone who is a sage, a saint. No, this applies to all of us. The example is of a common man because Krishna wants to explain to us that even in this normal activity of sweeping, he's a sweeper in a temple, how you can be close to Krishna. What is that you have to understand in this example? Let's see. So, this is karma yoga. That is the essence and difference. It is not just karma, it is karma yoga. So, what is the difference between the sweeper? He was attached to a temple and he was a humble sweeper. He woke up early in the morning, sincerely took his bath, came to the temple and swept the premises clean. And he always had one clear objective in mind. I want the temple premises to be clean when the people come there. I don't want them to walk when the floor is dirty, things are lying around. It is not what people should get to see in a temple. It is the Lord's abode. It has to be clean. And he did it sincerely day after day. He had no promotion, he had no bonus, he had no increment, he had no appreciation. Nobody cared a damn whether he was there or not, as long as the temple was clean. So he was unseen, unheard, but working diligently, sincerely. So one visitor asked him, you seem to be very, you carry yourself so well, you are so matured, you don't really speak out of the way. And why are you doing this mundane job of sweeping? Why don't you ask for something more? Why don't you ask the temple authorities to give you a better job? Then he says, sir, I am not really too worried about whether this is a low job or a high job, well paid, less paid. Because for me, what is the essence is I am a sweeper, but my job is to give cleanliness to the devotees. And if I give the devotees the cleanliness, the devotees are happy. So through them, I am serving Krishna. That's my only objective. Just listen to the answer. Huh? He never said, I am sweeping, and he never expected that, oh, well, this visitor looks to be slightly well placed in life. I may ask him, no, can you give me a promotion from sweeper to being the head of sweepers? No. The moment that comes, then you are putting yourself in the driver's shoe. He says, no, my job is everyone has to do his work. I have to earn my bread. I am a capable sweeper, very happy in sweeping, and I expect nothing. And through sweeping, I am serving Krishna. This was his answer. And then the stranger said, this is amazing. You are better qualified than the more advanced, scripturally exposed people, because you are serving the Lord through your work without any expectation. Nobody even knows who is the sweeper who keeps the temple premises so clean. This is the essence of 5.10. Do your job. Don't worry whether it is high, low, well paid, not well paid, recognized, not recognized. Offer the result to the Lord. And we have seen this verse earlier too. We will see the verse again. When Krishna reinforces, he repeats the message. He says, Brahmanyadaya karmani sangam tyaktva karoti ya lipyate na sa papena padma patram ivambasa. He's working for the Supreme with detachment. Connect this to the story. So he is working for the Lord, sweeping for the Lord with detachment. One who performs his duty without attachment, surrendering the results. Go through the words carefully, listen to them, and just connect that to the example. Surrendering the results unto the Supreme Lord is unaffected by sinful action, as the lotus leaf is untouched by water. In case of the sweeper cleaning this temple, where is the possibility of committing a sinful act? Because he's so clean, he's so pure in his outlook, saying that I want to keep the temple clean because they are devotees who are going to see the Lord. So he is not going to be touched by any sinful action. And Krishna is giving this beautiful example, Padma Patram Ivambasa. So we have studied, I told you, Krishna doesn't repeat a message unless there is a reinforcement required. We think we have understood, but Krishna says, no, I'm going to hammer it once again so that it becomes clearer to me. We have studied this in the 3rd chapter where Krishna says, completely surrender your actions to me, do your duty without withdrawal. Mayi sarvani karmani sannyasyatyatma chetasa nirasir nirmamo bhutva yudiyasva vigatachvara. O Arjuna, therefore surrender all your works unto me with full knowledge of me, without desires for profit, with no claims to proprietorship, free from lethargy, fight. So we have studied this, and Krishna is reinforcing this again here. I will show you Mayi Sarvani Karmani, how it connects to this verse. Srila Prabhupada in his purport has explained this verse. He also quotes from Mandukya Upanishad. He says, Sarvam eta Brahma, Ayamatma Brahma, Soyamatma Chatushpat. All this is indeed Brahman. This Atman is Brahman. This Atman has 4 quarters. So what is the connection between Brahman and this verse? Mayi Sarvani Karmani. There he says, surrender everything to me. He says, Mayi Sarvani Karmani. Here he's saying, Brahmani Adhaya Karmani. Who is Brahman? Krishna says in the 14th chapter, he says, Mama Yoner Mahat Brahma Tasvin Garbham Dadhami Ham Sambhava Sarva Bhutanam Tato Bhavati Bharata. The total material substance called Brahman is the source of birth. And that Brahman I impregnate, making possible the birth of all living beings, O son of Bharata. So, Mayi Sarvani Karmani, he's very clearly telling us, surrender it to me. When he says Brahmani, he's saying it, surrender to Brahman. And please note that Brahman is none other than my energy. Explanation of the verse. How does it go? Brahmani Adaya Karmani. One who is practicing Nishkama Karma Yoga, he is offering all the results. All his actions happen without attachment, and the results are surrendered to the Lord. That is Brahmani Adaya Karmani. This is his action. Sangam Tyaktva Karotiya. What is he doing? He is showing lack of attachment. He is showing detachment, and he's also offering this result. That is important. You have to offer it to Krishna. Whether it is stress whether it is success, offer it to Krishna. That is the realization. Sangam tyaktva karotiya. You should not have ownership. You should not have attachment to results. That is Sangam tyaktva karotiya. That is his realization. So we are not doing this act of detachment because we like it, because we have realized that that is the best way of doing it, to be happy in this world. Lipyate na sa papena. When are we happy? When we don't incur any sin. When we don't carry home a burden of saying that, oh, well, I have cheated people, I have lied, I have tried to cut a corner, create a shortcut because I wanted to be ahead of the rat race. Why? If you do this, lipyate sa papena, you will not get any sinful reaction. So, what is the reward of Nishkama Karma Yoga? The reward is, the result is, you incur no sinful reaction. You are not only ensuring a life of piety in this life, you are also carrying the mode of pious deeds to your next life. If you get into a next life. Padma Patram Ivambasa. What an example. Krishna says, be like a lotus flower. It's amidst all dirty water around it, but nothing can touch it. Similarly, you live in this world. Amidst all that is happening to you, don't worry about what others are doing, what your father, mother, relatives, brothers, neighbors, relatives, whoever it is. They may say, oh, why don't you do this? And, why don't you get this? It's easily, who will know? That is one thing which we should avoid. A lotus never says, I will be clean because someone is going to see me. Lotus says, as long as people see me, I will remain like that. As soon as people don't see me, I will become a normal flower. No. Lotus remains throughout the day in the same way. So that is the analogy confirmed to us that while living in this world, it is still possible to be like a lotus star. Lipyate nasa papena padma patram ivambasa. That is the essence of learning in this verse. Now, once we go through a verse, it appears easy, I have understood. Now I'm trying to drill down and say that you have to remember three things, not more. Don't run away from duty. Just because my blood sugar results are high, I can't stop measuring blood sugar. I must measure it every time, as the doctor has said. Be detached from the results, high or low, it doesn't matter. It is high, we will find a solution. It will go down because Krishna's blessings are with me. Control the senses. Do not try to get overactive and say that I'll double medicine dose. Is that the right action? No. We must control our senses to say that. Take that with grace. Be peaceful. You must tell yourself that constantly. This self-talking is the only way which can help us reduce our stress levels. And control the senses. Control the senses is something which I thought I must share this nice diagram. Very familiar. Throughout our working life, we spend running behind the senses. We want more, big house, big car, big job, big promotion. By, within no time, we have reached the middle age and we are coming to the old age. And when we reach the old age, we realize we have all the comforts of the world, which is more than enough, which is more than what we can ever spend in this lifetime. And there is an end in front of us, staring at us with certainty. And we don't know what to do with this wealth that we have generated by working so hard. It was not really required in the first place. So control your senses, read Gita, understand Gita, and say that, well, let me slow down. I want to lead a peaceful life, not stressful life. What is the learning for our daily lives? Our prayer should be, oh Lord, help me. I want to be engaged without being entangled. I don't want to be caught in this rat race of I am better than him and he is lesser than me. I want to set an example so that this world remembers me. These are the words of fallacy. It is false ego. Nothing ever changes. Just live within our means and live for the happiness of Krishna. We move to the fourth verse today, 5.11. Now, this is an example. Now we move from We have seen a king, we have seen a sweeper, now we see a cook. Another example, and you will believe me that I am not giving you an example of an highly educated, highly intelligent person, because for him, understanding these verses may come easy, provided he puts an effort to understand. Many of us, when we become successful in the material world, we find no time. I am giving you all examples from the common workplace because there is no dignity of labor in Krishna's world. There is no difference between being an engineer or a sweeper as far as Krishna is concerned. You earn a lakh or you earn 10 rupees. It makes no difference to him. What makes a difference is your mind, your bhava, your sense of offering. So what is this cook doing? The cook he lived in a temple and it was his responsibility to cook bhoga for the Lord, and he did it effortlessly, tirelessly, woke up early in the morning, stayed up in the afternoon, working in the evening, making, cutting, chopping, cleaning, arranging the prasad thali, everything. Thankless job, except for smelling the lovely aroma of the prasad and looking at the devotees who have their prasad, saying that what a wonderful, delicious prasad, so tasty. We really wonder how this cook can make it so well day in and day out. So this was his routine for the last so many years. Again, a sage visits the temple, looks around, identifies this cook, and asks him, how come you are able to resist the temptation of not tasting food? How can you be so sure that the salt is less or salt is not less, sugar is less or sugar is not less? How do you think that, the offer of bhoga to the Lord is perfectly tasty? He says, see, I am here to cook with the best of my ability. And when I'm cooking, I am very conscious that I'm not cooking this for any Aam Aadmi. This is going to the Lord. And I will say my prayer saying that when I add salt or add sugar, I don't want it to be more or less. Oh Lord, please control. I am only Nimitta Matra. And he says, are you sure that every day your prayers work? He says, till now, nobody has complained to me that I served a kheer which was less sugar, a sweet, or I served some a salty dish with more salt. Every day, it has happened that the prasad is always tasting good. And the sage said, this is unbelievable. I can't really understand how can you resist this temptation and how can you have control on your senses that I will do it without tasting it, because the moment I want to taste it, then I don't have full faith either in my capability or in my sense of offering or in my sense of prayers, that I have a doubt. That is why I want to taste. Then the sage says, I recollect mother. A mother is another example after you who will never taste anything when she feeds her child. She is so confident that her love has ensured that be it Ferrax, be it Cerelac, be it milk with sugar, whatever, it will be tasty, and she gives it blindfolded to the child. That is the essence of offering that Krishna is talking in this verse. Remember this example as we go through this verse. Kayena manasa bhuktya kevalairindrayarapi yogina karma kurvanti sangam tyaktva atmashuddhaye. Atmashuddhaye means for purification. I am not here for glory. I am here only for purification. I will do my work sincerely and not really worry too much about whether it is going to work well or not work well, because both are equal to Krishna. So the yogi, the one who performs, all of us can be yogis. This is not something which is special. This chapter is for all of us. All of us can perform Nishkam Karma Yoga. The yogi is abandoning attachment, act with body, mind, intelligence, all the faculties that God has given us, and even with the senses, only for the purpose of purification. Now, in this verse, you will see, you will go back to the last chapter and you will see the same senses, mind, and intelligence Krishna had said, they can be the places of lust and they can mislead you. Now, Krishna is saying in this verse, the same senses and faculties that I have given you can help you attain purification. Srila Prabhupada explains in the purport, he quotes from Bhaktirasamrita Sindhu. He says, anyone who by his actions, mind, words, lives only for the loving service of the Lord, he is certainly a liberated soul, even though he may appear to be in this material world. Remember the cook. We studied in this verse where Krishna says in third chapter, 40th verse, the senses, mind, and intelligence are sitting places of lust. But the cook has used the same senses, mind, and intelligence to surrender to the Lord and serve the Lord. When you surrender, when you serve, these same places of lust will become source of purification. We have again gone through this verse 3.42, where we have studied the mind is superior to the senses. The intelligence is superior to the mind. And the Atma is superior to intelligence even. And Paramatma, Super Soul, is the supreme controller of all that is there within us. And Krishna is saying in this verse, which are the three places of lust in our body, that is senses, mind, and intelligence. All the three can be used to serve, to offer Super Soul, the Paramatma. It is just thinking differently, but using the same faculties, we can purify ourselves. The verse is, person acting in Nishkam Karma Yoga again, Kayena Manasa Buddhya Kevalai Indriyaya Abhi. He acts with his body, mind, intelligence, and even with the senses. While cooking, you need all your senses working at the best of their ability, because you are cooking bhoga for the Lord. It is going to go to the Lord first before it is tasted by anyone else. And imagine the faith should be so much that you are confident that the Lord will enjoy the preparation that you have made with such love and affection. Yogina karma kurvanti, perform the actions without attachment. Sangam tyaktva. I do my job, I cook, I give my best, but I am not attached. I am not even having the doubt, should I taste? Atma Shuddhaya. If I'm able to offer myself, conduct myself like this, I will be purifying my senses, my mind, my intelligence. So the same three faculties within us have moved from being the places of lust to place of pure thoughts. So what is the change? Nothing changes in us. It is just the change of how do you offer ourselves? How do you offer our work? How do you offer our action, activities to the Lord? That makes the difference. What's our learning? Purity of thought, purity of intent transforms the road to misery to the roads to ecstasy. We are not going to get a new mind. We are not going to get a new intelligence. We are not going to get 5 new senses because we have studied Gita. All that Gita does is it refreshes our mind, re-energizes our intelligence, and offers us to control our senses so that we start moving on the path of purity. Purification is a journey. It doesn't happen. You cannot say, since I have chanted sincerely for the last 3 days, I must become a pure person. My soul is now purer than Sham. No, that doesn't work, because then you're again in the mode of comparison. I did it for 3 days, so I must get this result. That I is the issue. 5.12. We are now coming to the last 3 verses of the day. Now this is again a tale of 2 farmers. So we have seen a cook, we have seen a sweeper, we have seen a king, and now this is 2 farmers. Now here there is comparison. I want to bring in the example that how, even though you do the same work, the results are not the same. So who are these 2 people? This is Mohana, this is Bhagavad. Both are farmers, both work very hard, they use the same soil, they are in the same village, they have access to the same seeds, same tractor to plow the land or bulls to plow the land, whatever. Same weather, nobody can say that he had a slight advantage to me. But you can see from the face, Raghava remained peaceful. Mohana always had something or the other bothering him. So one day, a saint visits village. Both of them are happy. It's a small town. Who will come to that village? Anyone comes, they are very happy. They also stand in the queue. They want to consult the saints. So Mohana gets his turn. Mohana says, "Oh dear Guru, please help me. I seem to be having some problem. I don't know if there is a good crop, I feel happy, but then the next year, if I don't get a slightly lesser return, then I'm unhappy. I'm not happy with the rains. I'm not happy with the seeds. I always find something or the other. I feel when I'm doing a perfect job, my inputs are not perfect. And because of that, I'm stressed." The sage said, "Very good, excellent. Let me see, Raghava. You are also in the same field. What is your view?" Raghava says, "I don't know. I am a different person. I'm a very simple person. I have got no claims to doing the best. I'm not the best. I'm a normal person and I do whatever comes my way. I take the seeds, sow the field, plow the field, sow the seeds, water them, and just say that, oh Lord, please take care. And whatever comes, I'm happy. Yes, sometimes I lose, sometimes I gain. Sometimes there is a pest attack, sometimes there are thieves, sometimes there are animals which come and destroy my farm. All that is fine because I am a farmer." Then the sage says, "I don't know, Mohana, did you listen to what Raghava said? Do you think there is any difference between the two of you?" So he asked Mohana, "For whom do you work?" And that answer tells who you are. Mohana said very simply, "I work for myself. What's the doubt? It's my farm, of course, and I am the best farmer. So I have to be doing the best." Then, for whom do you work? So you're working for yourself. What do you expect from your work? He says, "I must earn high profits, enjoy the harvest, and secure my family and my future." So he said, "This is why you're working?" "Yes." We asked Raghava the same question. Raghava says a completely different answer, 360 degrees opposite. He says, "I work because it's my dharma. I am a farmer. I am a Vaishya. My father has taught me farming. I will do farming. I have no claims to be the best farmer. I am doing this because the land belongs to the Lord, the rain belongs to Him, the harvest belongs to Him. What is my job? I have to just go there and execute. Whatever happens that year, so be it. And I am having no complaints. I am not as rich as Mohana. I am comparatively slightly less prosperous than him, but I have no worries." So this is the answer that we should keep in mind when we see this next verse. What is the learning Krishna is giving us in this? It is not the work which is different. It is not the action that is different. It is just that the intent, motivation that is different. Yukta karma phalam tyaktva shantim apnoti naistikim. Remember the word shantim. Ayukta kamakarena phale sakto nibuddhyate. So he's comparing a yukta versus an ayukta. He's comparing in Raghava with a Mohan. Action, not cause of bondage, but motivation is. Remember the answer of Mohan. I work for myself. I give the best. I expect the best results. Translation: steadily devoted soul attains unadulterated peace because he offers the result of all activities to me. Yukta karma phalam tyakva. Whereas a person who is not in union with the divine, Yukta kamakarena, who is greedy for the fruits of his labors, becomes entangled. Phalasakto nibadyate. Quite easy to understand after the example. So, in this chapter, in the last class, Prabhuji explained this verse to us, where he says, merely renouncing all activities, he is describing the activity, the characteristics of a karma yogi and a gnana yogi. Engaging in the devotional service of the Lord's, let me read it from the beginning. Merely renouncing all activities, yet not engaging in the devotional service of the Lord cannot make one happy. But a thoughtful person engaged in devotional service can achieve supreme without delay. So now he is going to compare a karmi and a karma yogi. Who is a karma yogi? Mr. Mohan. Who is a karmi? Is Mohan. Who is a karma yogi? Is Raghava. Yukta karma phalam tekva. What did Raghava do? He is attached to serving Krishna. He is not attached to the results of his acts. He acts without attachments. He does the farming, he buys the seeds, he looks after the farm, he waters it on time. Everything is same as Mona. But he says, I leave the results to the Lord. What a change in attitude and philosophy. Free from anxiety. Just by one act of his, it is Krishna who is responsible. He is Shantim Apnoti Naishtakem. Enjoys unshakable peace. What we can give to be in the place of Raghava. All that we need to do is try and practice Nishkama Karma Yoga. What is the other example of Mohana? He is Ayukta Kamakarena. I am the best, I buy the best, I want the best. He is so attached to activities and results. He is greedy, he is attached. He functions in the concept of duality, always in anxiety. You try to stress yourself by your attitude. Lord says, so be it. Here I give you. That's the gift. Phale sakto nibadyate. He is unable to detach himself. And because of that, he gets entangled in this circle of stress and anxiety. What is the learning for us? Don't be like Mohana. Try to be like Raghava. Learn to see material attachments as negative equity. The moment you say, my house, my relatives, my son, my daughter, my wealth, then we are getting slowly and steadily under the clutches of Maya. The moment you say, my children are here because of Krishna's mercy, my wealth is for the service of Krishna. The moment we bring Krishna in the center of everything that we do, that is Nishkam Karma Yoga. We will get Shantim Apnoti Naistaki. We now come to the last part, 3 doers. Who are the 3 doers? So we cover 2 verses, 5.13 and 5.14, establishes the role of a Jivatma as initiator. That is the next verse. The 14th verse it says, one in knowledge perceives material nature as the cause of worldly actions. Who is responsible? 3 doers. We must try to understand this because there is a lot of depth. It is, as I said, easy, simple, but difficult to practice, very difficult to apply. Now, this gentleman is in the boat. He is in this ocean. He's trying his best to steer the boat. Now, who is responsible for whatever is happening? He is adrift in the ocean. And this ocean is not just an example. We are also adrift in the ocean of life. This is exactly the situation we all find ourselves. We don't know whom to blame. We just then say, oh, well, it is the fate, it is my destiny. No, it is the ocean, it is the Prakriti which is responsible for making us do what we are doing. We must realize that this Prakriti is under the control of the Lord, and we must try to surrender to the Lord rather than complain about this ocean to the Lord, saying that it is my destiny, O Lord, which is creating this problem to me. The verse is like this. Sarva karmani manasa sannyasyaste sukam vasi navadvare pure dehi naiva kurvan nakaryan. In this verse, we get to know a new word. Krishna is calling us Navadvare Pure Dehi. So this is the city of 9 gates. How many of us knew this name before? Now, this verse introduces us to that. When the embodied living being controls his nature and mentally renounces all actions, he resides happily in the city of 9 gates. So this material body has a new name, city of 9 gates. We will see what the city of 9 gates are in the next slide. Neither working nor causing work to be done. Srila Prabhupada quotes from Svetashvara Upanishad. It is the same. Navadware pure dehi hamso lilayate bahivasi sarvasya lokasya sthavarasya charayasya cha. The self-control residing in the city of nine gates moves about externally, the master of all organs, yet not controlling any action. So, Gita is the sum and substance of all the scriptural knowledge. This is an example how this verse connects with Svetashvara Upanishad. In this verse, in 5.3, covered by Prabhuji last class, he had given us the characteristics of the real sannyasi. Nirdandvo hi mahabhavo sukham bandhat pramuchyate. If you are able to be in this world with no hate nor desire, the fruit of his activities is known to be always sound. Such a person, free from all dualities, easily overcomes material bondage. So he had defined the characteristics of sannyasi. Now he's telling us how do we apply that in our lives. Sarva karmani manasa. The soul has a choice. Renounce all actions to the mind. Do not. So attach and detach. Everything happens to us. So we have to decide whether you go in the boat of attachment or in the boat of detachment. Sannyasaste sukham vasi. We are situated in this city of nine gates. And what are these nine gates? Two eyes, two nostrils, two ears, one mouth, anus, and genitals. Controlling the senses. The soul is just a resident. It's like a tenant. We have this body on rent. We stay in this body, and all our the soul is interacting with Prakriti through these nine gates. So if we are able to control these senses to a large extent by following Nishkama Karma Yoga, then we can establish the real peace through detachment. Naiva kurvan na karayan. What is he doing? All the faculties are same, just the thought is different. He mentally is renouncing that act of doership. I am the only doer. No, I am not the only. I am the witness. I initiate and I work with Mother Nature, which is mercy of Krishna, to do and live in this world. Neither act, Kurvan, na karya, nor makes others act. I'm not doing both. And that's the reason for me being peaceful. What is the daily learning? Help me see my body as my locality, not as my identity. We had done this when I had asked a quick question. I asked, who are you? Most of us say, I am Shyam Sundar Rao, Sakshi Mohan Das. But the real answer should be, I am the servant of Krishna. And this should be the answer, irrespective of whether I ask you this question in the morning or midnight. So this body is my locality. I am living as a tenant in this body. The last verse of the day, this is about not only you have a misidentification, then you also have a miscommunication. And you start saying, it is, oh, my fate, my destiny. And many of us, many a times when we are under severe stress, we say, God has ruined my life. So the same thing happened. This gentleman shouting loudly in front of his guru saying that this Lord of yours, I don't know what he has in mind, but he has put me under great difficulty. So the sage says, why don't you go and sit out in the open sun? So the guru is saying, so I'll go there and sit. And after going there in the hot sun, he starts saying, oh my God, sun is burning my eyes. How do you expect me to sit here? The Acharya said, if the sun is burning your eyes, why don't you close your eyes? He says, you didn't tell me. So this is the ignorance in each of us, in most of us. The sun is going to be shining brightly. It is for us to close our eyes if it is too harmful, if it is too uncomfortable for us. Who is going to remove this ignorance? We are going to remove this ignorance by studying and taking shelter of scriptures. So the Lord, has got no partiality or favoritism against any of us. The sun is the same shining day in and day out. If we want sunlight, we must take precautions. If you can't close our eyes, you need to wear a hat, have an umbrella, so that you are protected. So we have to use knowledge to remove our ignorance. What is the verse? Na kartatvam na karmani lokasya srujati prabhu na karma phala samyogam swabhavastu pravartate. So in this word, we are going to see the definition of prabhu and swabhava. Role of Prakriti, material nature, with the facilitator. That plays an important role in our stress and our success. The translation of this last verse of the day, embodied spirit, master of the city, of his body, does not create activities, nor does he induce people to act, nor does he create the fruits of action. All this is enacted by the modes of material nature. We must give credit to Mother Nature. We must take precautions as to how to manage, how to navigate through this Maya-filled path to reach our destination of Krishna Prema. Krishna says, please don't underestimate this Prakriti. In 3.27, we have studied that this Prakrute Kriya Manani Gunai Karmani Sarvasaha Ahankara Vimudatma Kartaham iti manyate. The spirit soul, bewildered by the influence of false ego, thinks himself the doer of activities that are in actuality carried out by the three modes of material nature, which is nothing but the energy of the Lord. So be conscious, be aware. So what is Arjuna doing? He's a Kshatriya. And he's forgetting his Kshatriya tendencies and he says, oh Krishna, I want to renounce this battle and go to the forest and pray to you. But he's not remembering that his duty is to fight and not to meditate. Na kartatvam na karmani. He is not able to understand, he is not able to digest that he is fighting, that he is not fighting. He is fighting only because Krishna wants to uphold Dharma. So he has no proprietorship on the act of being in the battle. Lokasya srujati prabhu. He is the world's best renowned archer. Srujati, but he will not impel, he will not make others act, he will only act for the pleasure of Krishna. Who is acting, who is actually doing the fighting is the three modes of nature. He is the best archer, he is the Prabhu. Krishna is calling him Prabhu because each of us is a king when we live in the city of 9 gates. This body is perfectly under our control to a large extent. It depends on how we look after it, and we must look after it because this body is given to us and it's a gift of Krishna. Na karma phala samyogam. But I am not the owner of this body. I am just a living tenant. So I will try to control and I will try to detach. So because I know attachment, like Krishna or Arjuna is showing, telling Krishna, oh, these are my relatives, hence I cannot fight. So Krishna is saying, you cannot do that, O Arjuna. Swabhavastu pravartate. Your swabhava is inherent. Your emotion is inherent. You are a Kshatriya. You cannot go to the forest and meditate because your Kshatriya tendencies will start making you fight with a rat, cat, rabbit, whatever comes there to disturb your meditation. Because that is your swabhava. That is it is inbuilt. I can't change my swabhava. So he says, swabhavastu pravartate. Remember, you are a Kshatriya. Uphold your dharma of a Kshatriya. And your duty is to fight. In 8th chapter, he tells us what is his swabhava. He says it is sada tat bhava bhavitaha. Whatever we think, and this is true even at the last minute when we quit this body, thinking is very important. Controlling our emotions is very important. Sada tat bhava bhavita. Every living moment, if you start thinking, if you start serving, thought we are doing all this action for Krishna, then Krishna says, you will certainly achieve me. So Arjuna, fight swabhavastu pravartate. You are entering this battlefield as a Kshatriya. Do not forget that. Now, just to show you this, I'm conscious that we are going over time. This example is, this is the largest selling game ever built. In FIFA 2025, Every year there is an enhancement. You can play the football game. You can control the ball. You can control the attacker, defender, everything that you can want, you can do. But end of the day, it is only a simulation. Our life is also a simulation. In spite of all action, there is no real action because you're not on the field, you're not playing the game. So we must try to understand whatever is happening to us is happening us to our body. We must not take it too personally. It is not happening to us because we are not the body, we are the soul. Whatever is happening in FIFA 25 is happening on the screen only. It is not, if someone falls, that pain is not going to be felt by you. If there is a goal, that ball has not actually hit the goal. You have simulated the goal. So all our success, all our failures is just a simulation. What is the summary of these 3 verses? Misidentification, I am the body when you are the soul. Misplaced blame. We try to blame. We say Rahu dosha, Shani dosha. Because of that, we are going through these miseries. No. Ignorance, that is all this misidentification, this misplaced blame, is all because of ignorance. And what we must look forward to is illumination. And where does that illumination come from? It comes from reading Gita, understanding these verses, and trying to apply them in our lives. Thank you very much. This is a short clip which is so apt to this, so I thought I must play. I hope the video plays. Let's see.
यदि आप बस की सबसे पीछे वाली सीट पर बैठेंगे तो आप महसूस करेंगे कि पीछे की सीट पर धक्के ज्यादा महसूस होते हैं। चालक तो सबके लिए एक ही है, बस की गति भी समान है, फिर ऐसा क्यों? बस चालक से आपकी दूरी जितनी ज्यादा होगी, आपकी यात्रा में धक्के भी उतने ही ज्यादा होंगे। आपकी जीवन यात्रा के सफर में भी जीवन के गाड़ी के चालक परमात्मा से आपकी जितनी ज्यादा दूरी होगी, आपको जीवन में उतने ही ज्यादा धक्के खाने पड़ेंगे। अपने रोज की दिनचर्या में यथासंभव कुछ समय अपने ईश्वर के समीप बैठो, उनसे अपने मन की बात एकदम साफ शब्दों में कहो। आप स्वयं एक अप्रत्याशित चमत्कार महसूस करेंगे।
For people who don't understand Hindi, the video shows that in a bus, the person who sits in the last seat is the furthest away from the driver. And if you remember, if you know by experience, the person who sits on the last seat has a very, very bumpy ride. So he says, if in your real life, if you want to remain away from Krishna, you will experience a bumpy ride. If you go towards the driver, towards the Chalaka, towards Krishna, your life ride will be less bumpier, more smoother.
यदि आप
Thank you. Welcome to the quiz time. Prabhuji, with your help, I now go to the first question of the day. All of you participate wholeheartedly. The first question is, in 5.8, 5.9, what is the consciousness of a realized person while performing actions? Simple question. I am the enjoyer of these actions. I am doing my prescribed duty. I do nothing at all. Looks foolish. I am the controller of the senses. I saw Srinidhi, I see Ramesh, I see Krishna Mohan Prabhu. Prabhu, who was the first?
Srinidhi.
Srinidhi and Ramesh?
Srinidhi. Srinidhi was from Vines.
Sorry?
No, she was ahead, much ahead, but in racing that.
There you go, Srinidhi. What's the answer?
I am doing my prescribed duty.
I am doing my prescribed duty.
Yes,
Shall I lock the answer?
yes, Prabhuji.
Sure.
Yes, Prabhu.
Let's see what's the right answer. The correct answer is I do nothing at all. When I designed this question, I thought people will fall for this, and it so happened that people took it. So I do my prescribed duty looks so realistic, but actually the answer is I do nothing at all. Anyway, better luck next time. So this is what I said. Simple, easy, but not so simple, not so easy.
Yeah, let's go back to the question, Prabhu.
Yes.
The key here for me is that you have mentioned what is the consciousness of a realized person. And that is important. So a realized person would not think of anything other than see. Had it been the word realize is not there, then there is a good possibility that how a materialistic person can think, or how any
Correct.
normal mundane person can think, and so on. Okay, go ahead.
So the clue and the tip for all of you for the next coming questions is look at the question and connect to the answer. The question looks simple, but there are words which have a linkage. Sometimes yes and sometimes no, but go to the question very, very carefully. I want all of you to score 50 out of 50. According to 5.9, activities like seeing, hearing, touching, eating, and walking are performed by. I think this is a simple answer. Mind alone, soul, body which is having 9 gates, Navadhara Dehi, the body and senses interacting with sense objects. I saw Ramesh, I saw Saptadeep, I saw Krishna Mohan Prabhu. No, Prabhu has taken his hand down.
So Ramesh and Saptadeep was a tie, but I think Ramesh had raised
Okay.
last time also. So we should give him a
Fair.
chance.
Over to you, Ramesh. See that again?
Can't hear, no?
I can't hear.
Hello.
Ramesha?
It is yeah.
Which one?
It is
No, we're not clear.
body. Yeah. Activities. Body which is having 9 gates. Navadvara Dehi. Because soul is only watching all these things. I think. Yeah.
Sure.
See.
Shall I lock it?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, let me see. Again, the familiarity of the answer sometimes is misleading. The body and senses interacting with sense objects. So, Ramesha, you will have to try harder the next time. Shall we go to the next question? So, 2 people have found it difficult this time. The phrase Sangam Tektva. Again, listen carefully. Sangam Tektva. And I repeated this answer in the explanation as well. So anyone who has listened carefully will pick up. It is slightly tricky. Giving up ownership, giving up physical activity and meditate. That's what Arjuna wanted to do. Giving up attachment to family, rejecting all scriptural injections, giving up attachment and ownership of results. I saw Anusha. She's the only one standing so long. Now I see Saptadeep. Over to you, Anusha. Saptadeep, you'll have to wait for the next question.
E.
D or E?
E for Ete Chamsa Kalapamsam Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam.
My goodness, my goodness. Let's see. Close your eyes. The correct answer is E. Well done. So the first success of the day. Full points to you. Well done, Anusha. So the moment you saw E, I think you said maybe this is the right answer. I don't know. I'm guessing. In 5.12, the person who renounces the fruits of action attains steady peace, naistiki shanti, intellectual satisfaction, mystical powers, swarg sukh, heavenly pleasure. Oh, sorry. I don't know. I showed the answer also.
I think you can
Anyway.
you can dismiss the question.
Question.
Because
all of you have seen that, isn't it?
Everybody saw, Prabhu.
Okay.
Can dismiss
Anyway,
it. No
for going through the motion's sake and Srinidhi has raised their hands, she's the only one you can tell the answer.
Who has raised?
Srinidhi.
I mean, see, she knows she's laughing.
Anyway, say that out loud.
Peace, Prabhuji. Naistiki Shanti.
Which one?
Peace, peace.
Peace.
Steady
Shanti.
peace.
Yeah. Perfect. So this was like, I revealed the answer inadvertently, so we'll not take this into account.
So you get
Last
minus
question of the
50.
day.
You take -50 then.
If two individuals perform the same action, Mohana and Raghava in the example, with equal efficiency, but one is peaceful and the other is disturbed, 5.12 would attribute the difference primarily to past life karma, internal relationship with fruits of action, their level of scriptural remembrance, external environment, prakriti. I see Krishna Mohan Prabhu raising his hands. Yes, Prabhuji, the last and the best.
Prabhuji, give me a second, please.
Internal
Because-
relationship with the fruits of action.
No, he said, give me a second. That's what I
Oh,
heard.
give me. Okay. I heard it as B. So
it's a past life karma.
say that again.
Past life karma.
Past life karma. Sure.
Yeah, internal relation. Perfect.
I see now. Okay. If you are very sure, then
Yes,
I'll.
Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji.
So A is the right answer, according to you.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, let us see. Correct answer is B. Internal
Yes, Prabhuji.
relationship.
I was little confused when A and B. Truly.
So did anyone get any answer today? I mean, positive marks.
Only one. Anusha got it right.
Yeah. That's question 3.
Yes. Anyway, so looks like this time the questions were slightly tricky.
Hope Srinidhi has made a note of who got negative, right?
Yes. Thank you very much. Now, if we are over time, in case anyone has a short answer about your takeaways, please come through. 30 seconds to 40 seconds. Top line.
Maybe they can send it in the group later.
Yes, you can do that also. If there are no hands raised, then we can close the session, Prabhuji.
Yes, bro.
Prabhuji, I do have reflections, but the thing is, I do not know if it would fit in the 30-40 second duration. Hare Krishna.
I see. So you think you need 1 minute? Make it short. Try to
Maybe a
be
minute,
brief.
Prabhuji.
Perfect. Shall we take it, Prabhuji?
Well, we are over time.
Yes.
Maybe if it's going to be a long reflection, then better to put it in the group so that everybody can, even the people who have not participated today, they can also see that, Is that okay, Anusha?
Sure, Prabhuji. Yes.
Okay.
Hare Krishna.
So because
Then in the WhatsApp, you can feel free to write all your reflections in detail.
Yeah. All right. So
Thank you very much.
At 36.
Hare Krishna. Enjoy your weekend.
Stop the recording now.